Let me tell you what the hustle culture doesn't want you to know. Waking up at 5 a.m. won't make you successful. It won't fix your life, but it will definitely drag you into burnout and mess with your health, especially if you're not a morning person. Let me explain. The whole rise before the sun trend, it's seductive. It feels productive just saying, I woke up at 5. Like suddenly you're more disciplined, more ambitious, more in control. But let me give you a real example. You set that 5 a.m. alarm, hit snooze twice, finally drag yourself out of bed. By 6 a.m., you're staring at your to-do list, chugging coffee like water, trying to win the day while your brain still thinks it's dreaming. Mid-morning, you get a little groove going, sure. But after lunch, you crash, hard. Your focus disappears, your creativity tanks. You're staring at your screen, clicking between tabs, rereading the same sentence 5 times, trying not to fall asleep at the desk. Meanwhile, someone else wakes up at 7 or 8, well-rested, focused, makes their coffee slowly, takes 20 minutes to plan their day, and then locks in for 4 straight hours of focused, high-quality work. So tell me again, who is winning? I've seen it over and over. People forcing themselves to be morning people because a podcast, a book, or an influencer told them that's how they will succeed in life. But let's talk biology for a second. Some people are naturally morning people, early birds. They wake up refreshed at 5 a.m., ready to tackle the world before breakfast. For them, that early hustle? It feels aligned, it's sustainable. But for others, and that might be you, your brain doesn't even start warming up until 9. You are a night owl, and that's not a weakness. It's not laziness. It's chronobiology, the science of your body's internal clock. And it influences everything from your energy levels to when your brain works best throughout the day. Some people are biologically wired to hit their creative peak at midnight. Their deepest focus shows up when the world quiets down and distractions fade. That's not a flaw, that's just different wiring. So, if you're someone who naturally finds your flow in the evening, if your mind is sharp at 10 p.m., why are you forcing yourself to do deep work at 6 a.m.? Look, the world's obsessed with this idea that the earlier you wake up, the more successful you'll be. But here's the thing. Success has nothing to do with the hour you wake up. It's about what you do with the hours you are awake. And when you try to force yourself into the wrong rhythm, just because some productivity bro said it'll change your life, you end up burned out, frustrated, and convinced something's wrong with you. But there's nothing wrong with you. What's wrong is a system that tries to cram every human into a one-size-fits-all routine. So instead of fighting your body every morning, learn how you actually operate. Ask yourself, when does my mind feel the clearest? When do I naturally feel energized and focused? When do I start to fade? Once you figure that out, build your schedule around it. Stack your most important work during your peak hours. Use your low energy times for rest, simple tasks, and recovery. That's not being lazy. That's being strategic. Because your brain is not just a light switch you can flip on by setting your alarm earlier. It needs sleep to function properly. Not just to rest, but to reset, recharge, and create. When you cut your sleep short, you don't just get tired. You lose focus. Your memory weakens. You make worse decisions. And your creativity? It flatlines. You think you're grinding, but you're really sprinting toward exhaustion, burnout, and depression because they made you believe waking up early was the secret, that success had a time slot, that if you weren't in the 5 a.m. club, you must be in the failure club. But let me hit you with something shocking. There are people out there crushing it who sleep until 8, who skip the cold showers, who don't drink green sludge or run 10 miles before breakfast. But they know themselves. They've built habits around their strengths. They're not chasing aesthetic routines. They're building sustainable ones. Because the real flex isn't waking up early. It's knowing when you're at your best and building your life around that. Forget the one-size-fits-all playbook. This is your game, your pace, your rhythm. And when you honor that, you don't just get more done. You do your best work. That's where the magic happens. That's how success is built. Not by the hour you wake up, but by the quality of your work during the hours you are awake. Try it and thank me later.